What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kenzo for Life here. And today we're going to be talking about how GTA 6 is about to show Call of Duty and Battlefield how it's done. For years, the gaming world has felt like a two-front war. In one corner, you have the lightning-fast, twitchy firefights of Call of Duty. In the other, the huge strategic chaos of Battlefield. They've been the undisputed kings of the shooter genre, the titans of multiplayer, trading blows and battling for the top spot year after year. But that's all about to change. While they are busy fighting their war, Rockstar Games has been quietly building an empire. Now that Grand Theft Auto 6, the entire landscape is set to be redefined. Sure, we have to wait until May 2026, but that's because Rockstar isn't just trying to compete, it's aiming to fundamentally change what a blockbuster game can be, leaving both of these giants in its dust. So today, we're breaking down exactly how GTA 6 next level storytelling, its revolutionary open world, and its ambitious take on multiplayer has poised to set a new benchmark for the whole industry. Let's start with the most obvious difference, the story. For the most part, Call of Duty and Battlefield have treated their single-player campaigns like flashy tutorials for the multiplayer modes. Their popcorn flick experiences, explosive and fun for a few hours, but you forget them as soon as the credits roll. The stories are linear, pushing you down a narrow path from its one big explosion to the next. You play a soldier, you follow orders, and you watch a pre-cooked story unfold. It works, but it isn't ambitious. Rockstar, on the other hand, doesn't just make games. They build worlds with stories that live and breathe. Grand Theft Auto isn't about being a soldier. It's about living a life. The series has consistently delivered sprawling, character-driven crime sagas that rival some of the best movies and TV shows. They're satirical, complex, and woven into the very fabric of the culture they parody. With GTA 6, this is being taken to an entirely new level. Rockstar has confirmed we're getting a dual protagonist story with Lucia and Jason, a modern day Bonnie and Clyde. This structure, which Rockstar already nailed in GTA 5, opens the door for incredibly complex and interwoven narratives. While not officially confirmed, leaks and rumors point to bracing storylines where your choices as one character could have real consequences for the other, creating a story that feels uniquely yours. This is the fundamental difference. Call of Duty gives you a mission. GTA 6 gives you a life. You're not just being told a story, you're an active part of it. The world itself is a storyteller. Finding hidden narratives just by exploring the map is a Rockstar specialty. Compare that to the mostly static scripted levels of Call of Duty's campaign. In those games, the world is a pretty backdrop for the action. In GTA 6, the world is the action. It's a living character in its own right, and that's a level of depth the yearly shooters just aren't built to deliver. Now, let's talk about the playground. The heart of any Call of Duty or Battlefield is its collection of multiplayer maps. They're expertly designed arenas built for balanced, competitive action. But that's what they are, arenas. Self-contained levels, disconnected from any larger persistent world. GTA 6 isn't building maps. it's building a digital reality. We are officially returning to Vice City, but it's just one part of the much larger state of Leonida, a sprawling take on Florida that's set to be the biggest and most immersive world Rockstar has ever created. We're talking neon-soaked streets, dense wetlands, and quiet little towns all in one seamless space. But it's not just about size. It's about density and life. The real revolution is supposedly in the tech that powers this world. Leaks suggest the re-engineered Rage engine will deliver huge upgrades to physics, AI, and weather. Think about that for a second. Rumors point to things like physically simulated water, meaning waves and floods could truly be dynamic. We're hearing about advanced weather where a hurricane could actually impact gameplay by creating slick roads or flooding entire areas. And then there's the AI. Leaks suggest the NPCs in GTA 6 won't just be digital extras. They'll have their own routines and remember your actions. The police system is reportedly getting a massive overhaul, with cops using smarter tactics, responding to witness descriptions, and even using CCTV to track you down. This creates a world that doesn't just react to you, it remembers you. It feels alive because systematically it is alive. This is the key difference. Call of Duty and Battlefield give you controlled, predictable environments. GTA 6 is promising a simulated reality, an unpredictable world that generates its own stories. That's a quantum leap in immersion and something its competitors simply aren't designed for. If you're enjoying this breakdown and you're as hyped for the future of gaming as we are, hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments which feature you think will have the biggest impact. Finally, let's talk multiplayer. The realm where Call of Duty and Battlefield have reigned for so long. Call of Duty is the king of fast-paced arena combat. Battlefield is the master of huge 64-player warfare. They're both polished, addictive, and wildly successful. But they're also predictable. You know what you're getting. New maps, new guns, and familiar modes. It's an iteration, not a revolution. Meanwhile, GTA Online became a monster hit. A sprawling sandbox where players could do anything from racing and heists to running huge criminal empires. It wasn't about winning a match, it's about living a second life. With GTA 6, Rockstar is reportedly building its online successor from the ground up. It's still speculation, but many believe the new online mode will be more seamlessly integrated into the main game. Imagine the advanced AI dynamic weather, the sophisticated police system from single player, all bleeding into the online experience. Every session could be unique. A heist could get derailed by a sudden hurricane. A turf war could be interrupted by a coordinated police response. The world itself becomes an unpredictable third faction in every fight. While Call of Duty and Battlefield focus on refining the combat loop inside a match, GTA Online is poised to create a persistent, evolving world. The focus is less on the leaderboard and more on the experience, on creating your own stories of crime and chaos. It's not trying to beat Call of Duty at its own game. it's creating a whole new game. And while it's only a rumor, the idea that GTA's online component might one day be sold separately could make it even more accessible to a massive audience. So, where does this leave us? Call of Duty and Battlefield will keep on being successful. They are masters of their craft, delivering the polished, competitive shooter experiences that millions of players love every single year. But GTA 6 isn't just a shooter or an open world game. It's aiming to be a world simulation, a narrative epic, and a social sandbox all in one. It represents a generational leap in interactive entertainment. The depth of its story, the insane interactivity of its rumored world, and the ambitious nature of its online component are set to create something that transcends genres. This isn't about which game has better gunplay. This is about which game will define the next decade of the industry. While Call of Duty and Battlefield are fighting over a hill, Rockstar is building a mountain. The game is poised to be one of the biggest entertainment launches in history, pulling in players from every corner of gaming. It may be a wait until 2026, but Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming to show the entire industry how it's done. What do you think? Is GTA 6 going to completely dominate the landscape? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay frosty.